Be honest, you can learn a language. It's actually really not that difficult. However, even though I can't teach you a full language, I can give you a lot of tips and advice and recommendations as what to do to help you learn a language. Now, these videos in the language playlists, some of them are generic and they'll cover all of the topics, and those I'll talk in English for. And as of right now, I only speak German, so those are videos that'll come out first. I'm actually working on my Spanish and French, but it might take a little time to get those up to par. Even with the videos that I'm going to be talking in that language for, I'm going to make English subtitles, so if you really need them, if you don't know the language at all or you don't know it well enough, you can always just click the subtitle button and they'll pop up. These lights in the background are bad glare. There's not much I can do about it. I guess I can use my big head to get... Oh, that one's worse. Okay. And also, if you are a native speaker of any of the languages that I'm speaking, please correct me. Alright, so no matter who you are, especially if you're an American, you have this weird assumption that learning a language is hard. It's not. I used to think that most people who spoke another language either had family or close relatives or they lived in that country and that's how they learned that language. Except if you look at this map of Europe right here, you can see that most people actually in Europe speak multiple languages. Now you'd probably assume that the reason for this is that teachers teach to them basically since they're like 8 years old. That is true. However, if you actually are interested in learning a language, it's actually super easy, and that's especially with these 3 languages. Don't forget, there are so many sites that are dedicated to helping you learn a language. All of my videos discussing language, they're reviews of different topics, books, movies, music, whatever. And I guarantee you that you can learn a language without putting more than 30 minutes of work in every day. I guess the biggest thing to keep in mind is just don't be intimidated. It's actually a really fun experience because you learn about all new sorts of cultures. Plus, if you enjoy traveling, in other words, you're a white girl, and you learn one of these languages, I guarantee you somebody speaks one of them somewhere if they don't speak English. Now, if you look at a map of the world, you can see that the Western Hemisphere is almost completely Spanish-speaking. There's also Portuguese-speaking, which is Brazil, but Portuguese and Spanish have a lot of similarities. If you speak French, you can travel to almost anywhere in the Caribbean, including Quebec, France, and a bunch of African countries. And German is one of the national languages of the EU, as well as being one of the national languages of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. If you want to do any little extra research or anything like that on which language you're the most interested in, I would recommend doing that before you do anything. Find a language, put it on your checklist, which if you want to know how to make a checklist, I enlist it here. And further, just enjoy yourself, enjoy your process, and love doing it. It's also really impressive, and people like it. The reason why you want to pick your language first is because you want to be able to just study it throughout your entire process of taking your CLEPs. That way, you're really familiar with how CLEPs work and operate when you take the quote-unquote hardest exam. And while you put it on the checklist, just start studying it the whole time. Take it really easy at the beginning, just learn basic phrases, and then just take it at the end of all your exams. I ended up taking mine actually about a year later, and that's also because I didn't pass the first time I took it after 9 months, and then I passed by a lot the second time I took it. So yeah, go research if you can. Some great guys to study for this are Geography Now and the Lang Focus channel. As always, guys, just like, share, and subscribe. Let's get this valuable information all across the world, especially in America where college is so overpriced and people really need the help. Thanks again.